And now here's Jon Wilner. Jon Wilner joins us every week. Wilner Hotline, knows all, tells all, nationally syndicated columnist, things around college football. We're just going to get right into Arizona State, Iowa State in the Big 12. I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing because of it, okay? It's just like, who had this?
It's a new world order. This is conference realignment plus a 12-team playoff, and here you go, right? Otherwise, these teams, their seasons would be done. The Big 12's season would essentially be done because it would never have sent a team into the 14 playoff with multiple losses. And yet here we are, and it's great. It's very Big 12. Like, there's nothing that speaks Big 12 more than ASU versus Iowa State. It's great.
Heisman Trophy votes were sent out this week. You're a Heisman voter. I'm a Heisman voter. We're not allowed to discuss where we're going to put players on our ballot, but we can say who are some players that are going to be out there. And it's pretty obvious. A couple are from Colorado. If you're making a case for Cam Skattebo, John, what's the case that could be made for Cam Skattebo as a Heisman Trophy vote?
Well, the impact he's had on his program. I mean, he has changed the trajectory of ASU. Jordan Tyson's been great, right? And certainly Dillingham has had a ton to do with it. And Sam Levitt has been phenomenal. Defensive line has played much better. But he not only has had a greater impact than anybody, but also represents ASU's rise and the way they play. But it's going to be very difficult for him. He has flown under the radar all season, just like ASU has flown under the radar. A lot of that has to do with the shadow that Colorado has cast over the whole Big 12 with Dion and with Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, right? I mean, most people, ASU's had some good TV slots, but who from the Big 12 is on broadcast television every week? It's Colorado, right? BYU's hot start kind of got them a lot of play. ASU's been under the radar. I don't think Dillingham has been had a problem with that. It's good in a way to have the spotlight away from your program, but it does hurt you with the Heisman because it is such a popularity contest. His impact, his stats don't measure up. He's not the two-way player that Hunter is. He's not a quarterback. He's been really, really good and had a huge impact, but it's going to be very hard for people in the eastern half of the country. A lot of them don't even know who he is.
Right. No, that's true. That's very fair. I mean, Nick Saban the other morning on game day said that Cam Skattebo is his favorite player in college to watch. That's like the first time anybody of national ilk has pointed at him. And I would say that as Cam Skattebo has grown down here, a transfer from Sacramento State, this type of player, it's kind of the blueprint, I think, of what Kenny wants to do at ASU, which is we're going to go get the guy that's at the smaller program and we're going to continue to develop them rather than we can go get a 5-star maybe, but we'll probably lose him in NIL.
Right. And he also represents the way Dillingham wants to play, too. Having lots of fun and just a wrecking ball. And one of the reasons ASU has been so successful this season is they're much more physical at the line of scrimmage than they used to be, physical in their running game. And he has a lot to do with it, the way he plays. Yeah, it's a terrific story. It can stand up there with most of the great off-the-field personal stories that you see from the top players around the country. But again, 5/6 of the Heisman voting block is east of the Mississippi. How many of those voters have seen him? How many of those voters have known his name until recently? Not very many.
Yeah, and he's going to be on major display this Saturday. Heisman votes aren't due Sunday. So you have Iowa State and Arizona State playing in the Big 12 championship game. Who do you like, John?
I like Iowa State. I think it's essentially a toss-up. I think the betting line probably reflects that. I tend to lean a little bit to Iowa State. I think they're just so solid, so well coached. They're kind of like ASU, but just a little bit more mature as a program. And I think as a team, like they've got a veteran quarterback. And in a game like this, so much of it is on the quarterback for not only making big plays, but avoiding those killer mistakes. Rocco Brecht from Iowa State is very good. I just like his experience over Sam Levitz in a big game environment. And so that's part of the reason why I lean to the Cyclones. And Matt Campbell, their coach, is really, really good.
That's Jon Wilner. He joins us every week delivering the goods. Thanks.
Thanks very much.
We're back with more after this timeout.